Hi, this is Dr. Les, and welcome back to another episode of I Bought a Farm. Now what? It's pretty windy out here today, so I'm having to try to find a place where we don't have a lot of breeze. I've been about a week and a half since I've come out. Just making a trip out here today to look at the heifers, kind of assess the situation a little better. My current thoughts are we're going to dry lot the heifers here in the lot behind me. We're going to go ahead and take some hay samples, develop a ration to balance so that we can here in this last month and a half we can gain about 2 pounds a day and start increasing the energy intake on these gals. We've hit a bit of a drought here in September and October in Kentucky, and so our grass is running a little bit short. And what I want to do is I want to pull the heifers in, dry lot them for the next month and a half, and let the grass accumulate as best. And then we'll go back out on the grass after that and let them go until the grass is done. So right now I'm gonna just assess the situation across the farm, look at the heifers, and that'll be it for today. Up here on the east end of the north paddock, this grass hasn't been grazed in a month and a half, I believe it is. And you can see we're accumulating some pretty good fescue. This section, the component that is pretty thick and pretty good stockpiled fescue is only about 3-4 acres. Down near the pond and closer to the barn is more weeds and a lot less grass. And so basically from that tree line, that little tree line right there, back, we're in pretty good shape. But from that tree line forward, grass is a little short. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll stretch some electric fence down there, just take it from the corner where the pond's at, stretch it up to that fence line there, and then we'll dry lot those heifers in the receiving barn and the lane over there, and we'll just start feeding them hay and supplement and putting some weight on them. This grass will be waiting for us December the 1st, and we can get in here and graze this to the ground after that. Same situation here. This is the east end of the tobacco patch. Remember, we've got about 5 acres right here with the tobacco patch in the middle where you can see all that Queen Anne's lace. And on either side of that, we had really good grass. This again has not been grazed in about a month. Well, this is probably closer to 2 months here, honestly. And we, on this end and on the west end of this field, really good grass. And so we've got about 5 acres up here that we'll be able to graze, also in conjunction with grazing that paddock over there. So we have 4 to 5 really good acres up here of stockpiled fescue that we'll be able to graze. Again, I think our strategy is going to be to dry lot, put weight on them until we get through that first cycle of the breeding season. Then we'll come over here and we'll eat the rest of this grass up. This is the middle paddock, paddock 3. The plan was to leave them in this paddock until they got a lot of this grass eaten down and pretty much get her down to about 3 inches, and that's where we are right now. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with where we are with this paddock. I may turn them down to paddock 4 for just a little bit, and then come before we get them over there and get that dry lot done. But we've accomplished our goal here in paddock 3. Here come the heifers. This is about the perfect time of year to look at cattle, honestly. And these gals are looking great. Still a couple of flies remaining, but that's going to be taken care of this weekend. Supposed to get down to 34 degrees Saturday morning, so I think we'll be in pretty good shape on that. And there's still not a ton of them on these gals. We look at them, we're in body condition score 5.5 to 6. Well, 5 to 5.5, which is exactly where we want them to be. Some of the heavier heifers, like 368 here, probably pushing that 9 mark. Some of the lighter heifers, like G130 back there, pushing the 7 mark. I'd like to see them a little bit tighter than that for weight range, but that's just kind of where we're at. Just looking at their eyes, just looking at their nose and everything, they're doing a really good job. Haven't had any sickness, knock on wood now. Okay. What's up, honey? How are you? How are you? I think we're having some problems with docility in this herd. But anyway, just looking across them, a few face flies, but of course those are going to be taken care of this weekend. It's not really impacting their well, we got a gal in heat this morning, G135, so that's good. She's one of the smaller heifers, and it's nice to see the smaller heifers coming into heat, because we know the older ones are. Condition on them looks pretty good. Just general thrift and well-being looks really good. Pleased with where these heifers are. They've actually done pretty doggone well here in the last couple of weeks. We picked up the supplementation just a little bit, and we're getting ready to pick it up just a little bit more, because I want to put a little bit of fat on these gals before we get to before we start the breeding season. Also, we've got to get them over and try to get them worked. The current plan is to haul them to a neighbor's, put them through a neighbor down the road who's got a really nice working facility, and we're just going to load them up, haul them over there, vaccinate them, deworm them, weigh them, do pelvic areas and all that stuff over there, and then we'll bring them back over here to the dry lot, and then actually we'll probably take them over there to AIM as well. So anyhow, heifers look great. 368 says good morning to everybody, and very pleased with where we are. This is over at the other farm. Remember, we've got that 4 to 5 acres there that we grazed down to the nubbins earlier, and then we set this fence up on the other side of the road of their driveway, and this was really thick grass. Okay, but we're on a really thin soiled hillside, and this drought that we've had has been pretty tough on this grass. We dry lot them and manage them in the same management group. I'm going to run down and look at these heifers. Some big changes since the last time I was out here. We had been storing our supplement in just a gravity wagon, but the landowner has evidently enjoyed this and has taken interest in expanding this operation from the looks of it. We now have 3 commodity bins that he's made, and we'll auger in on this side, it looks like, and auger out on the other. So pretty interesting. Looks like we're getting set up here to do this again in the future. This is what the outside of the barn like. So each one of those doors is where one of those commodity bins was. And so evidently he's planning on filling those bins with our corn. Opening the door. That's an old gravity wagon, right? Flop the thing down, dump that into his automatic unloader that he pulls behind his four-wheeler or behind his mule, and off we go. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on another episode of I Bought a Farm. Now what?
Okay, today's lesson is how to properly fasten and lock a gate. Number 1, see if we can find, you take the chain. Here's the chain. You take the gate, push it towards the post that you want to shut with. Raise it up, have it secured against the gate. Sorry, we're different angles. You take the gate, the chain, which is right here, go around your post, come back to your gate, after it's around the hook, and hook it back in to the loop. Pull. Make sure we see that. Pull, and it does not come open. That means that's how to lock a gate.